Hello friends, welcome back to lecture series of electronics components. In the previous video we had discussed about atomic structure and different types of matters, bonds in solid, valence band and conduction in solid with the help of electrons. In this video we are going to discuss about conductors, semiconductors and insulators. So let's begin. If you want to watch that video, then you can find the link in the description. In this video, we are going to start with bonds in solid. So let's begin. But before we start, if you like the video, then click on like button and drop your comment. And to watch more videos, do subscribe to my YouTube channel Electrotech CC. Thank you. Electrical conduction property of a different element and components can be explained in terms of the electrons having energy in the valence and conduction band. So let's start with insulator. Materials in which valence electrons are bounded very tightly to their parent atoms thus required very large electrical field to remove from attraction of their nucleus. Insulators have full valence band and empty conduction band and a large energy gap between valence band and conduction band. So, increase in temperature enables some electrons to go to conduction band from valence band that indicate negative temperature coefficient of resistance of insulator. But conductors are opposite from insulator. The conducting materials are thus in which free electrons are available for electrical conduction. So, in electrical conductors have overlapping valence band and conduction band and absence of forbidden gap in good conductors. Because of large amount of conduction electrons, total current in a conductor is simply flow of electrons. Whereas in semiconductor, the material whose electrical property lie between thus of insulators and good conductor. For example, germanium and silicon. That means semiconductor material can be defined as thus material which at room temperature have partially filled conduction band and partially filled valence band and a very narrow energy gap. At a 0 degree Kelvin, there are no electrons in the conduction band of semiconductor and their valence band is completely filled. At absolute zero temperature, a piece of germanium or silicon acts as a perfect insulator. With increase in temperature, the width of forbidden energy gap is decreased. So some of the electrons move from valence band to conduction band. The conductivity of semiconductor increase with temperature, so that indicate negative temperature coefficient of resistance. There are two types of semiconductor. First one that is intrinsic or pure semiconductor and second one that is extrinsic or impure semiconductor. Extrinsic semiconductor can be classified into two types, P type and N type. So let us discuss one by one each type of semiconductor. First one that is pure or intrinsic semiconductor. As name suggests of pure semiconductor, it is the purest form of semiconductor. That means there is no impurity in this type of semiconductor. For example, pure silicon or germanium, which have forbidden energy gap of 0.72 electron volt to 1.1 electron volt respectively. So, the energy gap is so small that even at ordinary room temperature, there are many electrons which possess sufficient energy to jump across the small energy gap from valence band to conduction band. A positive charge hole is created in the valence band. So, when electrical field is applied to an intrinsic semiconductor at temperature greater than 0 degree Kelvin, conduction electrons move to anode and holes in the valence band to the cathode. Semiconductor current consists of movement of electrons and holes in the opposite direction in the conduction and valence band. Intrinsic semiconductor may be defined as one in which the number of conduction electrons is equal to number of holes. So this is the basic information about intrinsic or pure semiconductor. Next one that is extrinsic or impure semiconductor. As we discussed earlier, intrinsic semiconductor, that means pure semiconductor. If we add some suitable impurity or doping agent in the intrinsic semiconductor with a small amount, then it can be converted from intrinsic semiconductor to extrinsic semiconductor. If we have pentavalent atoms having 5 valence electrons like antimony, arsenide or phosphorus, or if we have tetravalent atoms having 3 valence electrons like gallium, indium, aluminum or boron, can be used as a doping agent in an extrinsic semiconductor. Pentavalent atom is known as donor atom because it donates or contributes 1 electron to the conduction band of pure germanium, whereas tetravalent atom is known as acceptor because it accepts 1 electron from the germanium atom. Depending upon the type of doping material used, it can be further classified into 2 classes. First one, that is N-type semiconductor, and second one, that is P-type semiconductor. So let us discuss one by one in detail. First one, that is N-type intrinsic semiconductor. This type of semiconductor is obtained when a pentavalent material like antimony is added to pure silicon crystal. Each antimony atom forms covalent bond with the surround 4 silicon atoms with the help of 4 of its 5 electrons. The 5th electron is superfluous and is loosely bound to the antimony atom. It can be easily excited from the valence band to the conduction band by applying electrical field or increase the thermal energy. Every antimony atoms introduced into the silicon lattices contribute 1 conduction electron without creating a positive hole. Antimony is called donor impurity and make the pure silicon N-type extrinsic semiconductor. Last one, that is P-type extrinsic semiconductor. When tetravalent impurity like boron are added to pure silicon crystal, then 3 valence electrons of boron atom form covalent bond with surrounding 4 silicon atoms. But 1 bond is left incomplete and give rises to a hole. Boron, which is called acceptor impurity, add many positive holes in silicon crystal. As there are boron atoms, therefore by producing a P-type extrinsic semiconductor. So in this video, we have discussed about electrical conduction property of different elements and compounds can be explained in terms of the electron having energy in valence band and conduction band. We have discussed about insulator materials in which valence electrons are bounded very tightly to their parent atom. Second one, that is conducting material in which free electrons are available for electrical conduction. And last one, that is semiconductor material in which electrical property is lie between those of insulator and good conductor. Semiconductor material can be classified into 2 different types. First one, that is extrinsic, and second one, that is intrinsic. Extrinsic semiconductor material further classified into N-type extrinsic material and P-type extrinsic semiconductor material. In the next video, we will discuss about P-N junction diode. Thank you.